Hello, hope everyone's doing good today. Today we're going to be doing a very quick look at a pen which I bought quite some time ago, and that's actually the Pelikan Brown-Black, released in 2019. So this pen was released as a special edition basically for that year. However, you might still be able to find it in retailers if they have old stock. I bought this pen used, so no box since it was a used pen. Just looking at the pen itself, differences between the regular or the usual model M800 green black in this case, you can tell that the cap is actually dark brown. You could call it coffee brown, and also the piston mechanism is also dark brown. Besides that, obviously the cellulose acetate material that they use for the main body, or rather to cover the main body of the pen, is in brown black, hence its name. Looking at the screenshot, you can compare the transparency between the brown black and the regular green edition Pelikan. The dimensions that I explained in my the other Pelikan M800 video still applies. This is a very comfortable pen in the hand at roughly 12.8 centimeters long. It's balanced to the rear, as you will probably expect, since this is a piston mechanism pen. And the section is very comfortable at around 11 millimeters. And for me, it's the perfect size pen for everyday use. So I bought this pen primarily because I like the color, I like the brown, and also because of I wanted to try an extra fine nib from Pelikan. So just to give you guys a look, this is what the extra fine M800 nib would look like. So it's a two-tone gold nib in 18 karat gold. So not very much different from the other pen which I bought, which is actually it looks exactly the same, right? Except that my the first M800 that I bought was actually abroad. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of comparison or writing with the two pens right now. So I'm going to bring my notepad around down here and do a little bit of writing. So this is the Pelikan M800 Brown-Black. So this one is an extra fine, although you can actually easily swap the nibs but just by unscrewing the nib unit, and you can kind of mix and match between your M800 models or even the M805 models. So it's cool that way that you can actually interchange nibs. So hope that actually came up in camera properly, because I'm actually standing up while actually doing the writing. So as you can probably tell, it is fine, but I would say that if you were to compare this with a Japanese manufacturer like a Pilot, this would probably be Pilot's equivalent in fine, right? So I mean, the nib is, and this is just my pen, right? The nib is fairly smooth. Actually not much feedback, right? And in terms of softness, there is a little bit of give, but not too much. So let's compare with the, you know, the broad nib to kind of see what you can actually expect. So this is and this is the green. And in terms of line width, I'll just write this down here because there really isn't much in it in terms of line width between the two pens, right? So I mean, not really putting any pressure in terms of writing. If I kind of put the two pens side by side down here, you can actually get a feel of the difference between, or rather what's an extra fine in Pelikan versus a broad in Pelikan. And you know, looking at it, there really isn't much difference, right? But I like the extra fines, which is why I bought it. Incidentally, the ink that I was using for the brown pen was one of my favorite inks by Pilot, which is the Tsukushi ink, which unfortunately has been discontinued. I'll do a review on this ink in a subsequent video. And for the green pen, I was actually using my old favorite, which is the Waterman Mysterious Blue. So very, very quick video. Since I'm here with these two pens, I obviously like the M800. I think it's a perfect size for me personally with my kind of medium-sized hands. I seldom actually buy fountain pens with different nib widths to kind of give it a try. I've only done that with Twisby because they were fairly economical. It's going to be a little bit more expensive with the M800 or the M805 because these pens, especially the special edition, probably are slightly more expensive than the regular edition pens, right? I think the regular edition pens, as I mentioned in my previous video, in Singapore it retails for about $800 Singapore dollars. This one would probably be a little bit more. However, as I mentioned, this was a limited run. It's not a limited edition. It's not a numbered edition pen. It was just a special edition in 2019. And I'm not sure, but I think when it was released in 2019, it was definitely more than a regular edition pen. So we'll not probably be buying too many of these because of the price of these pens. So like I mentioned, a very, very quick look. I'm going to end this video now. Let me know your thoughts about this pen. Are there any other comparisons that you want me to make? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.